welcome back to Chats with Lihle. Today, forgive the lighting. It's a whole long story about why my landlord is not fixing my lighting, but I just did not let that. Well, I'm not about to let that stop me from filming. So I'm gonna talk to you today about love. Okay. First things first, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you gotta do. Follow me on Instagram and Garga Lihle and every other place. It's just Garga Lihle always. So basically, today I'm going to talk about love because it's Valentine's Day week. Everything has been going on, everything is down. So this week you're probably going to hear one of these 3 theories or reasons people are going to tell you about whether they celebrate Valentine's Day or not, but you're probably going to hear these ones. First of all, number 1, Valentine's Day is a pagan religion or a pagan celebration, so we're not supposed to do it. We're Christians or something. And they're going to tell you all the conspiracy theories are surrounding it, and everyone is free to do whatever they want. Don't celebrate it. It's cool. Number 2, people are going to tell you that Valentine's Day was created by some as an economic strategy by some consumer, whatever. Conspiracy theories again, that it's not a real thing. You have to spend all this money, blah 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 blah. There's gonna be all these statistics about love and whatever, people spending money and dying of suicide or depression, blah blah blah. And there's gonna be this one very important that people like. I don't have to wait for Valentine's Day to show the people that I love them. I can show them all year round, but they never do. So, okay. The truth is, when we come to this topic, everyone has the right to choose whatever they want to do based on Valentine's Day, the opinions they have, and the things that they actually do about the holiday or celebration or day or whatever. But what is wrong, or what I think is not good, is that we just create stuff about it. It's either celebrated or not, because I've never celebrated. Actually, I have so many times, but I'm always hell y'all. But it has just been like that. So 2019, the Observer or the Times of Swaziland did a spread on so many things about people going to luxurious hotels with dinners and stuff. But the predominant message was around a suspicious or supposedly cool thing called men's conference that is actually happening now. But before, it was just a theory. That people are going to men's conference, they're not going to be doing Valentine's Day because they just want to bring themselves together as men, whatever. Cool. And whatever, people can do whatever they want. And then what came to my surprise is that people were actually going to these dinners, expensive dinners at hotels, at restaurants, where they're getting wine and dined, and everything was cool. And it wasn't just the people who traditionally would say, "Oh, I go with my family because I have my family. I celebrate Valentine's Day with my family." It was people who actually celebrated with their loved ones, their boyfriends, husbands, or whatever. So people went out and they celebrated. And one other interesting fact is, men were talking all over social media and all over every place you could find that we're not celebrating Valentine's Day. This thing is whack. This thing is what. But look at the statistics from the newspapers that people actually went to buy gifts for their loved ones on Valentine's Day. All the florist shops sold out on roses and flower bouquets, and chocolates were selling, everything was happening. But we didn't see any of the men carrying all these gifts around because it's predominantly assumed that they're the ones who are going to buy the gifts. What happened was most of them went shopping with duffel bags where they just buy the gifts or the flowers or whatever and put it in a bag so that no one can see that they actually bought something for their girlfriend or their wife for Valentine's Day. So there's so many interpretations to this, that love is this pressure to perform, this pressure to show up with something at home, or you're gonna sleep on the couch or whatever. I don't know what people do these days, but it was just the pressure that people have in terms of things that they can do or not do in terms of the love relationship situation. And there's this one that love is demonized in society. People talk any nonsense and bull what they want to talk about about love. I always see people posting, people that I know that are in supposedly happy relationships, but are gonna post away on social media demonizing stuff. And I've heard men who speak ill of marriage, like, oh, your wife shouldn't let you do that, your wife, oh, if you knew what I do to my wife, she can never talk to me like that. But at home, yo, they so different. They all loving and what, but they're creating this facade like they're strong men who hate women, which is so annoying. My truth is, what I really want to put across is this, that we should stop all of this lying and pretense like we don't care about love. I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears, but I'm scared of loving you. Because that's what's happening eventually, that we're just afraid of love. Because, first of all, why do we love when love seems to hate us? Because apparently that is the situation that is happening. Most of us are finding ourselves on dating sites, online, on Tinder, on Facebook. Okay, Facebook is traditionally not a dating site, but that's what happens. Instagram, people sliding into your DM, the ones that you don't even like. And then there's LinkedIn, which I don't know who told people that LinkedIn is now a dating site. It's a professional site, people. Okay, cool. So the things I'm battling or struggling with is finding why we have to buy gifts and put them in duffel bags. Because people, according to people who are looking around us, it's like, that's not strong, that's not manly enough, that's not good enough, you need to hide it. Because if you show it, that means you're weak, man, you're weak. But at the same time, the very people who would look at you and like you're weak, they are secretly adoring and pampering their own women in their lives. So I'm not sure what I'm missing here. I really am not sure, but I just feel like we could do better in this space of love and expression and all of that stuff like that. Because I do agree with people who would say that I don't celebrate Valentine's Day, because I believe you can show the loved one that you love them all year long. And also, I don't want to fall into the trap of economists and consumer created strategies or whatever to take all of my money and stuff like that. But in general, let's get ourselves away from Valentine's Day. You need to be thoughtful about this. Let's say it was hypothetically and quite true that it is a consumer strategy of some economic whatever movement. I really don't have the business vocabulary for this, so I'm just going with whatever's coming to my head. So they say that's true. For the rest of the year, if that's true, and then you supposedly feel like you can show your loved ones all year round that you love them, I think you should put it in your budget all the time, so that we don't have to have these conversations of people buying gifts and hiding them and stuff. Because people increasingly want to be in relationships. If you follow all the dating site blogs, which most single people do, you would find that people are facing the same actual problems, that people are ghosting, people are not so sincere, people are pushing away, people have been hurt, people are breaking apart. There's so much that's all happening, and we're so old for this nonsense. So I think we could do better in the space of love. So I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm saying it. Why do we love when love seems? I don't believe that love hates us. I just think we need to stop being kids, or kids actually love better than we do. Okay, we should stop being childish and inconsiderate, and we should start being open about how we feel and be real. Because what I've discovered is that I try to be that person who was really honest about my feelings, and because we're in that society or time where those things don't matter, people will ignore you, or people will use it against you, or you will get hurt, but you still said your part. You did your part. You said what you said. You shot your shot, whatever English is, or you moved across your message. So it's whether people or the person didn't like you already, like it's okay. You're gonna cry, and in about 3 weeks or something, you should be good. So my point is, let us be genuine about love. And the most important one of all, it wouldn't be chats with me without the words. So let's get our reading. I feel so mad about the lighting situation because it's like working against everything that I stand for, being prepared and planning everything and getting things done. But it's none other than whoop, whoop, whoop. 1 Corinthians 13. So I'm going to read. The most important one though is verse 13. So now faith and hope. Is it hope? And love abide, but the greatest of them all is love. Okay, okay, my favorite scripture is the NLT, so I am going to read it for you guys from the NLT. I don't like the way the laptop is reflecting, but it's giving me lighting, so let's do this. Okay, if I could speak all the languages on the earth of angels, but didn't love others, I would only be a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I had the gift of prophecy, and if I understood all of God's secret plans and possessed all knowledge, and if I had such faith that I could move mountains but didn't love others, I would be nothing. If I gave everything I have to the poor and even sacrificed my body, I could boast about it. But if I didn't love others, I would have gained nothing. But first of all, why are you giving things to the poor if you don't even love them? Okay, cool, whatever. Verse 4, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous and or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Prophecy and speaking in unknown languages, aka speaking in tongues, and special knowledge will become useless. Listen carefully, but love will last forever. Now, our knowledge is partial and incomplete, and even the gift of prophecy reveals only part of the whole picture. Listen. But when the time of perfection comes, these partial things will become useless. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I thought as a child, I reasoned as a child, but when I grew up, I put away childish things. We should put away those childish things that we do when we start dating and falling in love and stuff. Okay. Now we see things imperfectly, like puzzling reflections in a mirror, but then we will see everything in perfect clarity. All that I know is partial and incomplete, but then I will know everything completely, just as God now knows me completely. 3 things, listen carefully, 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And I'm faith. And the greatest of these is love. So was unwanted, or people of the world. Love goes beyond our interactions with ourselves or relationshipically speaking, but it goes also to all the areas of ourselves in terms of loving the people that we work with, loving the people that are just in our vicinity, because that pours into our cycle and our relational patterns, how we create rapport. Are we really manipulative people in general, or we're just manipulative when it's a date or whatever? Are we just ghosters in general, or people like our own space, or just ghosting when we are in a relationship? So the greatest of all, faith is good, hope is good, but the greatest of these is love. And love is kind, is patient, not prideful, not rude, all of it. So I hope that you guys have been encouraged, and I hope that you will leave your comments and let the conversation begin, because I'm really troubled by y'all. I hope that you have a lovely rest of the week. Bye.